Tokyo Ghoul's ending was perfect. Note that I'm only talking about the original manga version of Tokyo Ghoul, drawn by Suri Ishida, not the anime, since I never got to finish season 3 of the anime myself. I wanted to make this video because I think the ending of Tokyo Ghoul was misunderstood. I'm not here to argue against anyone. I'm in no means disrespecting other people's opinions, but I'm just here to talk about my own perspective. Since I got that out of the way, let's get started. Tokyo Ghoul's ending was perfect. It perfectly captured the result of all the hardships and challenges that Kaneki had to overcome throughout his journey. It is the happy ending that Kaneki truly deserved. And I think a lot of people don't appreciate a good ending nowadays. I've seen many people online wishing that Tokyo Ghoul had a train wreck ending, where people die, so it is more Tokyo Ghoul-like. But what is Tokyo Ghoul? Is it a manga that kills off the cast just for the sake of killing off the cast? Or is it a manga about overcoming all the unfortunate events in one's life in order to find happiness and peace for their friends and family? I think it's the later. Let's take two of my favorite manga for example, One Piece and Berserk. Do you not wish Luffy to find the One Piece and become the Pirate King in the end? Or do you not wish Guts to eventually confront Griffith for what he did during the eclipse? And spoiler alert for Berserk, did you not wish Casca to finally regain her memories? It is the same concept. Kaneki's only goal, was to become stronger and protect his families, friends, members of Antico, and especially Toka. I've seen people wishing on Toka and Kaneki's death at the end of the series. But what is the point of that? Killing off Toka and Kaneki defeats the whole point of the entire series. Also, blindly killing off characters does not necessarily make a good ending. It is overly used in many works these days. And if I really wish to see gore and blood and death, I wouldn't be reading Tokyo Ghoul. I would go watch maybe another, Corpse Party, Blood Sea, or even The Invincible, or The Boys. I'm not saying those series are bad. In fact, I love them all. But my point is, Tokyo Ghoul isn't just a show about killing and death. There are much more to it. And having characters dying does not define Tokyo Ghoul. Ishida did not kill off important characters just for the fun of it. Each death in Tokyo Ghoul was important. Each death in this manga served a purpose. And each death was a huge turning point in Kaneki's life and the people around him. Let's take a step back, starting with Lise's death, or quote-unquote death. Her death started the entire series. It caused Kaneki to turn into a ghoul. Her death changed Kaneki's entire life, as well as every single character in this manga. And then we had Ryoko, Hinami's mother's death. At this point, Kaneki was trying to understand everything that has happened to him. He was still in the denial phase after turning into a ghoul. This event made Kaneki realize how ghouls can still be humane, but on the other hand, human beings can be as cruel as ghouls. It was the moment when Kaneki formed doubt in his mind and slowly shifted toward the other side. And then fast forward to Yamori's death. First of all, he deserved it. But his death changed Kaneki's life completely again, flipped his life 180 degrees, turning an innocent and shy bookworm into someone who you definitely don't want to mess with. It was not only a flip of Kaneki's personality, but also a huge power-up for him, through the experience he gained and the consumption of Yamori. Towards the end of Tokyo Ghoul's original manga, many have died. At least they were known to be dead. Kaneki thought he killed both Hide and Amon. Yoshimura was also defeated. Both Koma and Kaya were assumed to be dead. And most importantly, Kaneki himself died. Physically, he was almost killed by Arima, but mentally, Kaneki lost himself and became Heisei Sasaki. This was another turning point where Kaneki became a ghoul investigator, despite being a ghoul himself. And the next important death happened in Tokyo Ghoul. when Arima and Aito died. Arima was the father figure and a mentor to Kaneki. His death made Kaneki the one-eyed king. It again changed Kaneki's life, from a ghoul investigator back to a ghoul. At this point forward, Kaneki's life will be very chaotic and filled by many deaths around him. In the Dragon arc, we had Fluta and Lise's actual death. These were the deaths that were needed to end it all. These were the deaths to finally flip Kaneki's life, again completely. From chaos and sadness to peace and happiness. And they did just that. After everything that Kaneki had to endure, he finally was able to achieve his goal of protecting his loved ones. Majority of the cast had their journeys wrapped up, aside from Amon and Akira. Their journeys will continue. But as for Kaneki, he married Toka, they had the most adorable kid, and hopefully they can live on happily ever after. I was going to end the video right there, but another main purpose of Tokyo Ghoul as a whole was to reflect on our own society. A group of people hating on another group of people, whether it's due to their race, social status, or simply interests, just because what the society told them to. People hate each other solely for the sake of hating, without actually getting to know them personally. But the end of CCG with the creation of TSC is the proof that what could have happened if people just tried a little bit harder to understand the other side. And this is why Tokyo Ghoul's ending was perfect.